Good evening and welcome to Sikeston Lady Bulldog basketball as the Lady Bulldogs get ready to take on the Lady Indians from Jackson, and we're excited to bring that to you. Richard McGill alongside Matt Tanner, and Matt, we're near the end of the season for the Lady Dogs, but happy to get this one on the air for people.
Yeah, absolutely. I was mistaken last night. I thought this was the last game of the year, but we have one more this Saturday.
Actually, I think they've got two more games but Saturday's their last home game. I think they've got a game tomorrow night somewhere.
You know what? I didn't see that on the list. Well, then
It could have changed too.
I'll go back
I did see
I'll
a
go
schedule
back and check that. I'll check myself before I wreck myself.
Lady Dogs come in here 11-12, but are undefeated in February on a 5-game winning streak, and
playing very well right now.
Able to talk to Coach Vaughn Shepard in his second year as the head coach. Was an assistant previous to that, and I appreciate his time today. When you see this team, you know there's not a JV team. There's 7 girls dressed out. They've suffered a ton of injuries this year.
Yes,
and just really, had to combine, the two teams, and that obviously is going to cause some disruption in what your plans are for the season, and they hit a little spell where it affected them on the court, and you always say as a fan or a coach, you want to be playing well at the end of the season at the time of playoffs.
Yep, they seem to be doing that. You're right. Each team, regardless of the sport, regardless, frankly, not in a sport. Anytime you have an organization of people, each team, even where I work, you're on a team.
Right. Yeah.
You're going to have adversity, and obviously it depends on what industry it is. But in this case, in sports, you're going to have injuries. You're going to have ladies that quit and things like that. But the key to being a good team is overcoming adversity. Okay, we've only got 7. What can we do? Well, you know what? We can still go out and win. They're 11-12 on the year. At one point, they were 7-12. Like you mentioned, they won 5 in a row. So they've decided that we're going to make our own way, and we're going to decide our own path and not let these outside distractions affect us. And so give big-time kudos to them for that.
Yeah, and good leadership from Coach Vaughn.
Yep.
And much like every good coach, he credits his assistant, Coach Adam Winkler.
Yes.
As we go through this, we'll talk a little bit about what Coach Vaughn shared with me earlier today. We'll talk about how he's seen this team, how they're progressing before districts, and we've got some stats to share with you, so we'll get you familiar with some of the Lady Dogs. Getting ready to do opening lineups if the people at the table can figure out how to do it, as we see a little confusion. But everybody getting back over there, and we'll have the national anthem and the lineups. And I don't know if we'll give you that feed or not tonight, like we have in the past, but we'll be back just after all that is taken care of.
Introducing for the Jackson Indians, number 4, Lily Watkins. Number 5, Cameron Alsdorf. Number 11, Holland Williams. Number 20, Rachel Berger. And number 25, Katie St. John. And now, for your Sikeston Bulldogs, introducing first, number 2, a freshman, Kennedy Sims. Number 11, a junior, Landry Hammondtree. Number 12, a senior, Janae Moore. Number 15, a sophomore, Marley Crook. And number 20, a sophomore, Alex Seegers. The Bulldogs are coached by head coach Vaughn Shepard and assisted by Adam Winkler.
Lady Dogs huddle up here as they take the court. Hope we do justice on these names as we're not used to calling them, but we're going to do our best for Jackson and Sikeston here. Marley Crook goes in for the tip for the Dogs, and she gets it. Kennedy Sims drives in, kicks it back out. There's a 3 missed by Alex Seegers. Jackson back trying to transition the other way, gets a layup up and in. That's the number 5, Cameron Alsdorf. Lady Indians come out in a press, and immediately Coach Shepard calls a timeout. Already saw something he didn't like there on the floor.
Looks like Richard was mentioned this a while ago, or was getting ready to mention it. The girls are in Class 5, District 1. Sikeston got the 4 seed. They'll play Windsor Imperial the 28th, and their district is at Hillsboro. Okay. They changed that a couple of years ago to where the sites were different. Remember, used to several years back, the boys and girls played in one spot. Now they've changed them. I'm not sure the reasoning for that. It's like Jackson coming out in aggressive man-to-man.
Yeah, and pulled off pulled off the press. You know, they were
was
set up for
a
press,
that
and then you come out of a break and you sit back. So, but Seegers gets the Lady Dogs on the board. Seegers the only senior starter. A nice pass inside to Lily Watkins of Jackson. Now the Lady Indians press. Finds Seeger 4-3. Little long. Rebounded by Williams of Jackson.
Sikeston on their first possession there. When they scored, they ran a nice high ball screen by Marley. And see, they did that last time there with that cross screen just there, and Marley didn't pick it up. It's a strip.
Yeah. And
that time she did. She knew there was a screen coming, and they cut in front of her, and she didn't. She followed the ball that time and stayed at home.
Hammondtree with the strip. She got on the switch on that crossover. So good job with her to stay with the cutting player and strip it. Lady Indians back after the miss. Top of the key. Little short. Looked like Sims and Williams, or
we think it's Williams.
Yeah. Or number 20, Berger. One of them tied up with Kennedy Sims. Kennedy just a sophomore, or a freshman rather. Lady Bulldogs are young here.
Very. What a nice pass, Kennedy.
Yeah.
That a girl. Ooh. That was a really nice pass there.
Yeah. And Hammondtree, leading scorer in the area. I was going to say leading scorer for the Lady Dogs.
19 points.
Yeah, she's got 19, and she's had a couple games here this month with over 30. Had one where she had 7 threes. So definitely a shooter and can certainly handle the rock as well.
Jackson's getting all the loose balls these first couple of possessions. They call them those 50-50 balls.
There's a easy layup off the steal on the trap.
The key to a press or to breaking the press is stay behind the ball. So what happens when Kennedy goes up that sideline, if Landry or someone would stay behind her, there is room behind it. Now, it's not exactly what you want, but you got to. That's how you break it. And then you got to bust to the middle. You got to send somebody to the middle of that floor to break it.
They want you to rush and to pass it up ahead to somebody that's kind of reading that as a free safety and can cut in there.
Exactly.
And steal it.
Yep.
Yeah, called Hammondtree for a double. I didn't see what happened there.
Coach Shepard didn't give it too much.
Yeah, I mean, might have got stuck on her leg or something.
Yeah.
She was pulling it back out.
Deanna Wilson is watching. Thanks for watching. She said, Andon's here at the game. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, he's up there with my ugly
I
son.
see him.
Yeah.
I see him. Says he's watching right here in the field house.
Oh, gosh. Hammondtree back. Bulldogs set up their offense. Mentioned Hammondtree had those 7 threes a couple of games ago and watched her pregame. I'm not sure if she missed a shot in pregame. She was nailing everything from three-point range, but she's getting in there with some of the bigger girls there, not getting a shot to go and not finding anything easy so far for Lady Bulldogs, as the Lady Indians are playing great defense. There she is, open for 3. Look good. There's Crook inside.
Pick a charge. Oh, good strip. Dasmond Fletcher. Good to see the Lady Bulldogs play on TV. Let's get the W. I agree. Let's go, Lady Dogs.
Down 10-2 at the moment, but still kind of feeling out how the flow of the game's going to go. Still got half a quarter left. There's a steal on a nice tip away from Crook.
Go get it.
Little sloppy is not even the pressure that they've seen was there, but got to take better care of the ball.
Right. Good help defense there, sliding across, cutting off the driving lane.
Man, they're good at getting their hands in there, aren't
they?
They
are. They're got really quick hands. They've got to get. It's called timeout.
Yeah, I think
Coach Shepard
did.
Yeah.
Good point to go over some of what we talked about. We'll do this throughout the game, but first thing I asked him was kind of his style of play, and you know, as a new coach, I mean, he's second year, he's still new. You're still developing your system and getting, you know, buy-in and all that. And asked him about all that. He said he likes to pressure teams, likes to push the ball. It seems to be a Sikeston thing. He said that he knew that when he was hired, it'd take at least 3 seasons to build this program.
I'd say that's right.
You know, you come into tonight and they play some good competition. And you come into tonight and they're a game under 500. I'd say he's certainly headed in the right direction.
Yeah, I think last year he and I talked about this just randomly just a couple of weeks ago one night here in the field house, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they had something around like 5 wins or 4 wins.
Yeah.
Is that what he said?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Yeah. So he's doubled his wins from last year. So
and that was the thing. That the goal was to double the wins. They had 5 last year to 11 now. So, you know, a little bit ahead of pace and still some games to go. So certainly moving in the right direction. He said he's right where he wants to be.
Tell you what, Jackson's running some good sets on inbounds and on these half-court sets as well.
Steele doesn't go Bulldogs' way, but then it does, and then it's stolen right back.
Yeah.
Pass inside, good pass down to I think that's Berger. Rachel Berger again. My numbers are out of numerical order, so I'm used to looking for it. So Watkins gets another one. They're doing a heavy lifting on the scoring for the Lady Indians. Hammondtree behind her back, shoots the three, little off balance. But guess what she's going to keep doing? She's going to keep shooting.
Oh, absolutely.
She's a shooter.
Yep. Good job of hedging there by Alex.
Holland Williams with the three. Need to come help a little bit on that, maybe.
Right. Go meet the pass.
Would
be the main thing in that.
Another turnover.
Checking in the game for the Bulldogs, number 15, Marley Crook.
Crook back in for the Bulldogs. 3 substitutions on the Lady Indian side on that dead ball. 19-2, Lady Bulldogs trail. You see a little maybe deflation in their little pep, lost a little pep in their step maybe. It's got to be frustrating when you won 5 in a row and come out a little flat here. But Jackson,
very good team at 14 and 6.
14 and 6, yeah. And listen, for as long as I've known Jackson.
Yeah, their girls have been very good.
Yeah. The early aughts.
That's right.
Helped Coach Lee Brooks with the girls team, and he had several teams with over 15 wins, got to 18 wins one year, and Jackson was probably the toughest team in the area at that time. Hammondtree gets that 3. That one looked good. That can get you back in a game quickly.
Yeah, we just got to get some points on the board, and we're coming away with 1 shot and nothing. Now Jackson's doing a good job of that high ball screen. So now they're trying to do a pick and roll.
Sims
now draw and kick,
press.
good.
Yep.
Tell you what, Marley did a terrific job there creating that lane. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I was watching that too. Yeah. It's I'll talk about it here at the end of the quarter.
There's action there, ladies.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And you could see why,
absolutely.
Why there's a lot of positive.
Yeah. And my gosh, we talked about it. They are young.
Yeah.
Holy moly, they're
Seeger's
young.
the one of the 2 seniors on the team. But you got a freshman and some sophomores starting. It's a young team, and Hammondtree, the leading scorer, is she's
a junior.
Yeah.
Kennedy, Landry averages 19. Kennedy averages 10. Kennedy's a freshman. Marley Crook is a sophomore.
Right.
Averages 10. Alex Seegers is a sophomore, averaging 9. Janai Moore, she's a senior. Faith Calvin is a freshman. And Dontasia Gibson is a senior. So they're going to lose 2 girls from this team. And before the game, we were talking about a young lady, Tristan Wiggins' cousin, I think they said.
I think so.
Is a 6'2" or 3. And so she and Marley will provide some length inside. We're going to have Landry next year. It's going to be another year older, another year better. Kennedy, she's just a freshman. I mean, she's probably 14, maybe 15. I mean, she's terrific, and she's just young is what I'm saying. She's just going to continue to get better. And so this team has a big-time bright side, an upside.
What I was going to say is, so growing up, a lot of the youth leagues, you kind of have a mix of boys and girls, and so Truman's been on a team with Landry and then another one with Marley, and you know, I could see it at that point that they were going to be, you know, key contributors as they got to high school, and you know, Landry, you saw a lot of parents of some boys get pretty upset because she was tearing them up.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Well, at that age that you're talking about, boys and girls, there's not a whole lot of difference.
She was, you know, great ball handler, and of course Marley's always had that height,
right?
And played good defense, and has really developed a lot offensively. And you know, I think you had something on the stats about how she's closing in on career blocks.
Yeah, and she's just a sophomore.
Yeah,
she's 4 away from breaking the shot block record, which is 61. The record is 61, so she obviously has 57.
That's that good math, huh?
Hey.
Another steal by Williams up ahead. She is fouled. But, hey, good hard foul. You know.
Yep, nothing wrong with that.
If you're going to foul on a layup, don't let them get the shot off.
Correct. Kennedy broke the record for most assists in a game by recording 13. That's getting it done. That's Jason Kidd, Jason Williams kind of stuff there, right?
Jason Williams. Love it.
There's videos on social media that are still showing his stuff.
Man, it's crazy.
I remember at the time just not being it's ridiculous now.
Yeah.
The things that they're showing that he did.
Well, and when
of course, his teams weren't typically very good, so he didn't
get
a lot of pub back then.
When he was on Sacramento, that was some of the best pass. I mean, you had Chris Webber, who's probably the best passing power forward.
Corliss Williamson, Vlade.
You know, that was a great passing center.
Yeah.
But his were just crazy, sick, just.
And he always give that yelp, that woo!
Yeah, I see him pop up all the time, too. I love it.
Yeah. Landry Hammondtree currently has 1,285 points. Now, of course, this was before this game. So that's career points. Or as Kenny Mayne says, it's not like in one night or something. That'd be like a record.
One night.
That'd be like a record or something.
Well, and you know, a big deal is made about scoring 1,000 points. Mm-hmm. We saw that earlier with P.J. Farmer this year. And P.J. also a junior.
Mm-hmm.
And,
that's true.
You know, an all-stater. And, I mean, that speaks to the type of scorer that Landry is.
Correct. Good,
nice
Landry.
tip away there. Nice strip. And that's got to be frustrating where you tip a pass.
Loose balls and not getting the 50-50 balls. Now, the key to this, to get open, is to watch it.
I was going to say, you see right there why Kennedy's got some assists is she's got a good pass there.
Right.
But yeah, that was a dangerous pass to Kennedy to get it inbounded.
Well, there's a block.
Yeah.
There's one.
Yeah.
One thing that Sikeston can do here is if you put 2 girls at the free throw line and then they screen for each other. So I'm drawing it out here, but if they go here and one comes to screen.
Can we get a telestrator?
Right, yeah. I've been asking for one for years now, even with football. If one will screen for the other, when the person that sets the screen can then roll off that, and they're always open.
Yeah.
So that's how you break that into that intense ball pressure. Give Jackson credit. They are – we talk about it a lot, ball pressure, ball pressure, ball pressure. Just like in quarterbacks. You can't just let them stand back there in their pocket and just look around to throw it. Jackson's doing a good job with that.
And, again, coming out of a timeout, they choose not to press when the timeout is called because of the press.
That is – you think they'll give us some more timeouts in the second half, maybe?
Ask the Dexter coach about that workout.
What?
The Dexter boys coach. They called 3 in first.
Oh, yeah.
3 minutes of the game.
Oh, now they ran and jumped.
Yeah.
And they had somebody in the – yep. Landry didn't see it at first, but Alex slipped in behind the trap there. She was open. Of course, it was somebody standing in her way, so it's not her fault per se.
Yeah, and Jackson did a good job to not only run the double team, but just
take away the first pass.
Yeah,
that's exactly what they did.
Saw the eyes of the passer. You know, just followed, and she threw it right there.
What'll happen? And of course, just like we talk about in football, if you blitz, somebody's open, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's 5-on-5.
Yeah.
If you double one person, that means somebody's open. So that person, the opposite person that's not there, has to slip to that high post to give them an open look. Short.
You mentioned it, that Jackson really running some good sets there offensively. Lady Dogs get on the floor and get it. Hammondtree trying to get inside. She does and scores.
Nice move.
Yeah.
Quick bucket.
27-11. Jackson with the lead. Lady Dogs.
Now she's open. Oh, handle it.
Yep. She didn't see the defender at first and saw her step towards her.
I think Landry turned her head.
Just a little out of sync so far.
Checking into the game for the Bulldogs, number 23, Faith Calvin.
So Faith Calvin checks in.
She's a freshman as well.
Yeah, if you're watching us, she's in the green shoes. Easy to find.
The Baylor shoes.
Yeah, I like it.
I do too.
Ooh. Yeah, out of bounds there. Caught the ball on the line. Janae Moore. A little too far out. Ball off of
Jackson. Oh.
Okay. Jackson still applying pressure here, and they will for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Bulldogs can make a run. They'll be doing it all night. Foul on the floor. Just the first foul for Jackson this quarter.
We've gone a whole year almost now, and I've still not gotten used to the starting the fouls over at the quarter.
I know. I was like, that's the first foul tonight. No, first foul, second quarter.
Yeah. Actually, it may be their first foul.
Well, it could be, but
good hands there.
Yeah,
good hands.
Yeah.
Good hands.
Yeah. Nice.
Sometimes that's easy just to let that thing go the other way and not get back and hustle back on defense.
Yeah. And Jackson
did a
had
great
numbers.
job. Mm-hmm.
I asked Coach Shepard what we needed to do here for against Jackson. Said great ball club. We can see that.
Mm-hmm. Very skilled.
A lot of respect for their coach. Oh, there's
two
away.
That girl Marley.
Yeah. Said to be successful tonight is to not come out timid and play Jackson head on. Well, they've shown some timidness.
I was going to say, we seem a little timid. Yeah, I saw Sikeston play Ballard County earlier this year.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought we very aggressive that game.
Yeah. There's a
Jackson, sorry.
No, that long three from Alsdorf. Go ahead.
Jackson has a lot to do with that.
Oh, yeah.
But it seemed like we were just a hair tentative to start. And the biggest thing I noticed that Sikeston just did there, but to take away some of the turnovers is shorten the passing lanes. And you saw that time when Kennedy passed it to Landry, they were about the width of the key, the width of the paint. Mm-hmm. And so that's how you take away some of that.
Bulldogs are doing a great job to get their hands in on dribbles and Jackson fighting through some of that. Sikeston certainly got some turnovers, but got their hands on that, and still just a tough shot to get that in as Kennedy Sims draws the foul on the floor.
Yeah, Jackson's doing a great job of ball pressure. Give him credit.
I don't know how different classes are by boys versus girls, but I assume Jackson is Class 6.
You know what? That's a good question. I will look.
Hammondtree with the rebound off the long miss, trying to get to the hole. Good defense in front of her and back tip behind her. The other thing that Jackson obviously has over Sikeston tonight is a much deeper bench.
Correct.
And they're subbing out quite a bit. Crook misses, gets the rebound back, though, fouled inside. Good job to stick with it.
It says Class 6 District 1 has not been released.
Okay.
So, don't know.
Not much movement there out of bounds. Looked like it was just setting up for Hammondtree to get open.
Well, that's the key to beating man-to-man defense. You can see Jackson's doing a really good job on what's called help side.
See a little frustration there. And Hammondtree after the miss. And I don't care how skilled you are at threes, and she is, but she's sliding to her left, and the shot goes left.
Right.
You know, I mean,
yeah.
Wasn't completely squared up.
I've heard the term called drifting. You can't drift when you shoot. You gotta stay square. Even though you're on the move, you gotta plant on that outside leg and go straight up and not drift.
Yeah.
And it's easy to do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Allsdorf to the line for Jackson. Nails the first.
Checking into the game for the Bulldogs, number 20,
Oh.
Alex Seegers.
Seegers checks back in for Sikeston.
It's easy to do on free throws. I've seen guys. That's why part of the reason they're not good free throw guys are ladies, because they drift. And you stay still, stand straight up and down.
Yeah. Another foul drawn from Hammondtree. Looks like that's going to be on maybe Addison Criddle. My eyes can see that far. Sorry, Addie.
Good job.
Apparently.
Good job.
Called it right.
It's Addison, but her friends call her Addie.
And so does Mr. Mays.
True story. Nice read and nice give and go there.
Yeah.
Nice back door.
Got to reach in there as Marley was trying to tie up Katie St. John. Katie matching her for height there.
Good pass. Kind of
yeah,
rolled up her leg.
Great job by Hammondtree as she had people flanking her on each side there.
Somehow still got the shot up.
Thought they might catch up with her, but kind of tough to switch hands when they're on each side of you like that.
Oh, there's another block.
Yeah,
that's three.
Yeah. Yeah. And doing her, I mean, she's not, I mean, that
not
last
fouling,
foul was the foul on the reach in down there on the rebound.
Doing a good job at blocking without fouling, as they say.
She's going to obliterate that shot block record.
I guess it's
time she gets out of school.
Well, I mean, I would 61 in a year.
Well,
I would say that's probably a year.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But she's still got. I mean, she needs one more, and she's got the rest of the game. And well, Saturday, and then at least one game in district.
Yeah.
Looked like the one seed in that district was Farmington, which would be who the Bulldogs would play if they get past Windsor. Windsor, like the Owls, I think, is their mascot.
So is that Lady Owls or just
I guess just, I don't know. Kennedy, a good free
I
throw
wanted
shooter.
to ask a question you didn't know.
Oh.
I knew that
Yeah.
would be the case there.
Kennedy, a 70% free throw shooter. Oh, that a girl, Alex. Oh, pick it up. That's a jump.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, yeah.
It's got a. How's that?
Jump ball possession, Jackson.
Oh, I guess we got it at the quarter. I was going to say, wait a minute. They got the last jump ball, but we got it at quarter.
But, I mean, you know, it's that type of stuff you love to see as a coach. I mean, you're down
Absolutely.
33-14.
Get on the floor.
At almost halftime.
Don't quit.
And, yeah, they're not giving up at all. Fight is there.
Yep. I would say this adversity is not as tough as anything they've had to face all year.
Yeah,
so
and again, we
no
touched
reason.
on it, and Coach touched on it with me about the adversity of losing kids to injuries and being, you know, having a short roster, and you can see how that affects them just in their, I don't want to say effort, but their
right.
I mean, they're going to be more tired than Jackson.
Correct.
No question about it.
Correct.
Good ball movement there.
That was great ball movement. Marley looked good on the shot there.
Yeah. 5 seconds to go here. Three-pointer on the way. Short. Hammontree's going to get no shot off, as the Lady Bulldogs will head to the locker room down 33-14. And Lady Indians just a little too much so far here tonight. We'll take a quick break here. Come back with a few minutes left here at halftime and go over a little more of what Coach talked about and get you set up for the second half. So be back in about 6 minutes. All right, Rich McGill and Matt Tanner here back till we collapse.
Huh?
The name of the song is Till I
Oh.
Collapse, Eminem.
I was like, man, you must be really working over there.
Real quick before we get to the second half, and again, I appreciate Coach Shepard answering some questions for me today. Last one that we haven't really covered yet is, two things. I asked him what the most growth and improvement he's seen from the team this year, and like we said, he's on a 5-game win streak here coming into this game, and knowing they had gone through some adversity, that was something that I really wanted to ask about.
Mm-hmm.
And said early in the season they didn't communicate well. He thinks that's improved tremendously.
Love it. Love it. Good job, Coach Shepard.
That's a quote. I'm not using that tonight. Improving the communications allowed him to play well on the defensive side of the ball, which we talk about all the time, communicating, and you see that on hedging and switches and things like that. Defense is the reason they're on that 5-game streak, the longest winning streak that he's had in these 2 years.
Yep.
And so, it's tough saying that when you see the first half like that if you're watching, but these are the types of games where, especially for a young club, it's going to make them so much better, even the rest of the way, but especially next year as you're going against one of the absolute elite programs of Southeast Missouri.
Yeah. Coach knew. I mean, he could see the ladies.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Coming up, and we're not out on the floor yet.
Yeah, they're not out yet. We're under a minute
maybe
to go here.
They may be having a players-only meeting, but they probably want to hustle.
Asked them about heading into districts, and as you mentioned, they've got the 4 seed. Really want to advance to that second round and take a shot at the number 1 team,
Farmington.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if I don't want to say this is a downside, but they set goals this season and they've reached them. And so
well now everything's gravy.
Yeah,
you just keep
right.
You got house money. You keep going,
Yeah,
right?
You don't want to let up because you've hit your goals.
Correct.
And that's not what's happened tonight. But got to keep playing and to hit your goals before the season ends. Great.
Hey, what? That's a good looking stroke there.
Great one from the elbow.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, when I watched her as she was younger, the defense was going to be there. You knew that.
Mm-hmm.
No confidence scoring, but I think it could have very well been her first year playing.
Right.
And could easily see that she was going to be big-time contributor at high school. She gets the rebound there.
Kick it ahead.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Set back up. She's open. She's going to take it. In and out.
Looks like their effort is already better. Their body language, sort of talked about that early. And you can kind of tell. Hit a couple of shots, get them to go down.
Got a whistle because Hammondtree was tightening up her shoe, I think.
Oh.
There's a nice pass across court to Hammondtree. She's going to go in against the Giants there and gets it to go as she got it open and over St. John there. I'm going to guess that St. John's got quite a few blocks on the year as well.
I would.
Matching Marley, as we said earlier, in size, and seems like a good player.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to split the double team there. Kennedy
good
over
pass.
to Severs, yes.
Great pass. Always look to skip against the double team and look diagonal, and that's exactly what Landry did. She split the double team and kicked diagonal to Kennedy, who then pushed it up the floor and hit Alex on the cross-court pass.
Yeah. We again mentioned that little loss or a little less pep in the step than in that first half after Jackson jumped out to a quick lead, and see that pep back right now. They're
got
playing
a little
better.
Yeah. That's just not getting
Yeah,
the loose
yeah.
balls. That's off black. That's that
Yep,
way. Good
yep.
call. Yep.
And again, good.
Good ball
Hammond Tree getting
pressure.
it, yeah.
In there.
Got her hand on it and
Yeah.
forced the turnover. Better job to get open there by a couple of the Lady Bulldogs. Seegers draws the foul, but just the first foul for either team this quarter, I should say. I mean, both is true.
I was going to say,
but, you know,
foul at the half and the quarter.
Well, we're not, you know where I'm going, not keeping track of fouls for the half. Seegers called for the walk as she could not get separation there. Yeah, I don't know. We're exchanging looks, but that's where we'll leave it.
Yeah. Jason's.
There's a pickpocket.
Oh,
yeah.
Looked like her leg buckled.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. I was watching the Jackson players getting back, so she says she's all right.
Tell you what, that was nice action from Action Jackson. That was nice action. They slipped that, ran a little give and go, and she slipped the screen, or actually it was just almost like she popped instead of rolled.
Not a lot of movement there as Indians come away with the steal. There's Crook inside waiting. You can see they're sizing up for that block, but it's stolen away before that by Hammond Tree. Knocked off out of bounds. Stay with the Bulldogs.
Checking into the game for the Bulldogs, number 23, Faith Calvin.
Calvin in for Seegers. (40-20), Lady Bulldogs trail Jackson here as we're closing in on the halfway mark through the third quarter.
Like that attacking offense that they had in the first couple possessions out of halftime.
It's trying to run the pick and roll there, but can't pass over the top. Jackson steals it and goes the other way. Falling into a little too much predictability, maybe.
Yep.
Crook, another good 15-footer.
Good looking shot.
Yeah. You know, and talk about that communication on defense. Now that they're facing us on defense, you can see that communication.
Right.
And they are doing a good job. I mean, I could see, Marley almost acting like the free safety and just calling it, or middle linebacker, I guess.
Right.
Just calling everything out as she saw it as they were coming down the floor.
And that's what you got to have. That's what you have to do. You have to talk. I went to an NBA game and sat real low.
Yeah, we know.
And it is, it is very loud.
Yeah,
with those guys talking, calling out all the screens and the ball and the action, and get in there.
There's a foul at half court.
Jackson does a terrific job of really blocking out and making it one shot
and
going
pushing
the
it to
other way.
the middle of the floor immediately.
Yeah. Till they've had some training, as they say.
Yeah. They've got to have some really, really good youth programs there that, not saying that Sikeston doesn't.
Right.
But because I honestly couldn't tell you what these girls are doing kind of off season. But
I know Kennedy and I think Landry and Marley play for, I believe there's a squad in Cape that they.
I thought they did, but,
I'm not sure about the other girls. It's good contest.
Yeah,
there.
good jump ball there.
Yeah.
Sometimes those a rebound on an air ball is tough because
They are.
you're expecting
they
it
really
to hit
are.
something.
Yeah. It lands in your lap almost.
Catches you a pre-jump sometimes. Three-pointer off the mark. Hammontree's trying to save it out of bounds. Jackson ball.
Out of bounds. Possession Indians.
So still a 20-point lead for Jackson. Bulldogs playing man. Maybe.
Yep. There it
There,
is.
number 4.
That's number 4.
There it is. Yeah.
There it is. She has set the record. I guess, how'd he term that? 4 blocks away from breaking the record. So was the record 60 or 61?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would assume by that if she 4 to break it, then it's her record.
Oh, that was a walk. Yep. Good call.
Travel possession Bulldog.
So yeah, very. And again, we talked about great defense. I mean, 1 foul and nothing, inside trying to block a shot. So,
Yep.
congratulations to
Good job,
Marley Crook on that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a big deal.
Keep adding to it. Jackson's backed off the pressure a little bit, but playing great man defense. Or is it woman defense? Sorry. Nice little curl there. Crook with the rebound. Nice outlet if Kennedy can catch up to it. She does, but she had a 1-on-4. Not the best of odds. Good ball movement by Jackson. Get the wide open 3 shot. Not there. Seegers tracks it down in the corner, surrounded, and throws it to one of the Lady Indians. Jackson a little out of sorts, wants to kind of reset that offense.
I'm trying to text Marley's family, so
Yeah,
I don't know if they're aware of this or not. I'm sorry. That's why I'm being quiet at the moment.
No,
I
used to
understand
carry
you
it.
like that. Yeah.
The long possession there for Jackson ends with a 3-pointer. So, you give I guess we had gotten possession and threw it away, but it's been a lot of time on that end of the floor. And
It's kind of like time of possession in
yeah.
football or hockey in your
And
in
when
the
you're
zone.
trailing and you that much time's taken off and then they get a 3, that's
Yeah.
just
now
that's
kick
tough.
it back.
Out of bounds. Possession Bulldogs.
Hammontree blocked, but the ball goes out of bounds. Sticks with Sikeston. They get it inside, or tried to get it inside to Crook. I thought they had her.
I like that play, that
Yeah,
lob there.
yeah.
She was behind everybody.
Little bank shot there by Alex Seegers.
Still open?
We allow that when the bank president's
Absolutely.
up here calling games.
Yep, that's right.
Well, we allow it for Sikeston. That way. There's a long 3, not there.
Rebound.
That'll be end of the third as Bulldogs trail 45-24.
Sorry, we had to take a break there. I was trying to get Marley's their attention.
Trying to confirm or not really confirm, but talking about the block record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't want to hear me. They want to hear me whistle.
Maybe confirm. Yeah. I mean, if you've ever watched an away game of Sikeston, especially if it's not being announced and you hear whistling the whole time,
it's probably not me.
That's my partner.
More likely.
I think maybe at the Borgia game, I named the whistle as one of the all tournament members.
Loud noises. That's what Chris Cota used to say. Loud noises.
Loud noises. You gonna miss that whistle tomorrow night at Father Tolton?
Well, I'll be whistling from my home, but won't be the same.
Yeah, I can't do it, or I probably wouldn't do it for you anyway. But
all right, ladies, let's cut into this thing a little bit.
Yeah, in strong here.
Yep. You know what? It's gotten to 20-ish, and it's been there. So they played right with them after that. I felt they came out timid.
Yeah. Good.
The girl?
Yeah. There's one of those loose balls that
now we got.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, 19-2 at one point? I mean, literally take away 17 or give us 17, and it's a tie game, basically.
Yeah. And, again, that, came out strong in that third quarter. Good move by Hammondtree to get in there. Just can't get it to go. And
right, they came out quick and came out aggressive.
Not pointing out height or anything, but Landry is one of the shorter players out there. But knows how to score in there. As you saw the high arc and try to get it off the glass, which is the right way to go. And
that's what Steph Curry does.
Yeah, trying to draw the foul there.
I'm not saying she's Steph Curry. I'm saying she is likened to that. As I tell kids all the time, don't try to be like Steph Curry.
Gosh.
I mean, please don't let him be your standard, because he is a freak, and I mean that in a very good way.
Did you happen to see All-Star Weekend when he went against the WNBA player?
I did. I saw the highlights.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was probably the best thing of the whole weekend.
Agreed.
Yeah,
I agree.
Good steal there by Hammondtree.
That's a whole other can of worms that we'll talk about.
No. Yeah, we're not going to bring up
NBA
All-Star Weekend.
No, but what I'm saying is that when you see Steph, when he has to go in there amongst the trees, as I say, you see him flip it real high or flip it high off the glass. And so that's exactly she's seen that. And you can use certain things, but to put him as your standard, man, he's a high level. It's freakish.
Yeah. Jackson the other way, as you can see some of the energy. You can see some of the energy level kind of.
Yeah.
You can see that gas tank
starting to get empty.
And again, that's Jackson just with a much deeper bench. It's not lack of effort. It's you're completely spent, and Jackson's been in Sikeston's face all night long.
They have, and I mean, listen, this is athletics. This is sports. You take the advantages that you're given, and knock that down, Marley.
Yeah,
that's a good look.
That's
a really good look. That's okay. A good look, good stroke.
Yeah,
just didn't go.
Man, when she's a senior, she's
going to be a force.
Yeah,
she and Kennedy are going to be a force.
Well, I mean, even next year, with what they've got coming back.
Well, that, and then what was the young lady, the Wiggins lady, lady, is I haven't seen her play, but I've heard lots of good things about her. They're going to be terrific.
And again, we talked about it being an 18, 20-point lead. Well, now it's 24. And again, that
good strong move there.
Yeah, the energy's just you see it a little bit in getting back on defense or trying to break away from a defender.
Right. It's kind of like me when I played baseball. That put that piano on my back suddenly. Hit me around in first base. That piano got heavy.
I thought you were going to say, you know, you're in the
That bear jumped on my back.
110 pitch count in a game and it hits you.
No, that wears me out, by the way. Don't get me started with all that silliness. Never heard of arm trouble, and Bob Gibson would throw all 9 innings of a game, 178 pitches or something crazy. Good pass. There you go.
Dontasia Gibson draws that foul as she's getting in the game here. Dontasia, one of the 2 seniors on the team.
78% from the free throw line. I probably just jinxed her.
Yeah,
Sorry, Dontasia.
Lefty stroke.
Like
gets it up and it looked good. Yeah. Just a little long that time.
Good looking stroke. Yeah.
48-24. Jackson trying to close this thing out. They've pulled some of their starters now, a couple of them anyway. Williams still in there. Watkins still in there, but 3 other subs. I don't think they're necessarily looking to run time off here. I mean, it's
I think
not.
they're just trying to run a set. Sikeston's doing a good job thus far on the defensive end. They're fighting through the screens and they're talking.
Yeah.
They're not getting they're not eating the screens, as they say. Good job and help there by Landry. That's probably a foul there.
Yeah,
just as an aggressive, or that was an effort foul.
Yeah.
Exactly. Not aggressive is what I meant. Yeah, it was an effort foul there. You're okay with that?
Yeah, that.
Nothing flagrant there or
no.
malicious. Just both going after the ball.
Yeah, Williams got up a little tentative, but I think just making
looked
sure
like she
everything
landed
was intact.
Yeah, it looked like she landed on the basketball.
But checks out, but she was okay. Just time for her to
another block
to get out. Yeah.
Now she's got 62.
Got a 2-on-5 there.
Jackson.
And you got a fresh bench that's just come in.
Well, that's
for
true.
Jackson, you know, they're a lot fresher legs.
Bounce it in there to Marley. Oh.
There's a reach in by Watkins, the lone starter out there. That's her 3rd foul. Looks like they're going to get somebody in for her. Yep. So great job by the Lady Indian starters tonight. Show why they're, 10-game over 500 type team. There's a good good strength to stay with that, get fouled, and get the roll too. She went down a little awkward.
See, she's got the is it KT tape or kinetic tape on her knee.
Misses the shot. Look, a little rushed.
On the old-fashioned three-point play, as they say.
Yeah. And again, you would see a different type of offense here if Jackson was trying to run time. I mean,
right.
And they didn't
spend
that much time there.
No, they're running an offense.
Yeah. And similarly, I mean, they're up 22, but just like we've seen with some boys games this year, you get your non-starters in there, and they want to score 2. And
Absolutely.
You're not gonna stop playing. I mean, that's kind of disrespecting the game and your teammate.
We talk about that all the time.
Your opponent.
Your opponent,
yeah.
Exactly. No. You're in there, you play.
Yep. not to harp on the boys, but when last night you break a school record and 123 points,
well,
but
I don't
everything
think,
was falling.
Well, it was, and the other side of that, I don't think they didn't set out to do that by any stretch. But Donovan would one pass and jack a three.
Yeah,
and if they didn't go, we're going the other way.
Yeah.
So
and
we'll get all into that, but it was certainly not malicious or anything. So
it's several JV players in double figures, and
Marley did a terrific job there checking that shot.
Yeah. Very impressive night for her. I mean, she's shown a lot, and there just it was a good shot.
She called for it. Did you see her?
Got it high immediately
Yep.
so that they couldn't get their hands on it. Didn't put it on the floor. Good shot, just didn't go, and she was well defended. I mean, had two of them on her, and still did a good job to get the shot off. So the Lady Bulldogs travel to Donovan tomorrow. Speaking of Donovan, so
The Lady Bulldogs did?
yeah. I looked it up. Right? Am I wrong? Did I look wrong?
It was not on the
It's on the Max Preps
thing.
So
now,
I don't know.
Okay. Well, that was not on. You mentioned that.
Yeah.
On the Sikeston Athletics, the schedule that was out for this week. What's tomorrow? The 22nd?
Yeah, it could be.
It has the boys' game tomorrow, girls' state wrestling. Then it shows the next game.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
something happened with that game then. It was originally on a schedule somewhere.
No, correct. They were
yeah.
scheduled to play earlier this year, and I think it was the week where we had the snow back in December or January, early January. And that game
that was another thing that this team kind of hit a bad spell and then basically had 2 weeks off because of some of that. And so that was part of some of that adversity and again they've fought well. They're fighting to the end here.
Out of bounds, possession Bulldogs.
Going to stay with the Bulldogs here underneath.
Checking in the game for the Bulldogs, number 23, Faith Calvin.
Faith Calvin checks in for Hammondtree as she's done for the night.
Nice entry pass.
Yeah. Turnover leads to a turnover as Jackson got on the floor for it, but walked as they moved a little too much on the floor. Under a minute to go here. Let it go.
No, you can pick it up. You can enter it in the backcourt. Yeah.
I was saying let it go until it got so that she didn't carry herself into the backcourt. No.
I'm with you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah,
because it looked like she was going to catch up to it right at half court.
Right.
And
right. I was going to say no. She could. Yeah. She could have picked that up, and it would not have been backcourt.
I hope she didn't hear me and say not pick.
I doubt she did.
No, that's not what I meant. But yeah, inbounds you can do that.
Correct. Yeah, try not to pick it up right on the line, and your momentum carry you that far.
Kennedy Sims, the rebound, pushes it hard. And the Lady Bulldogs have pushed it hard, but credit Jackson on getting back on defense a lot.
A lot of traffic in there.
Yeah. Forcing that one up.
It says we're supposed to play them tomorrow.
Well, that's.
But they are 22-0.
Well, it's okay. It's on the schedule. It wasn't on. It's on the MSHA approved schedule. Yeah.
No.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So we're not sure. Is it there? It's at Donovan. Okay, it's showing there tomorrow. Okay, on the MSHA schedule. Yeah, we're not sure.
Yeah, I was looking at Max Preps, which is kind of like trusting Wikipedia sometimes.
Well, but I mean, Mr. Beidler, he went to the official. That is the official MSHA page for each team and has their schedule. It has them listed tomorrow to play Donovan. It just wasn't listed on that calendar that the athletic that Mr. Henson put out this week. That's it's his fault. That's who we're blaming. Of course.
Sorry.
Of course.
He's
So
too busy.
way to go, Brian.
He's too busy bowling 289
Right.
games to. No, I tell you what, we give Mr. Henson a hard time sometimes because we love him so much. But,
oh yeah.
Does it? Started taking over some of that media stuff for.
You know
social
what? That
media
was
on
that was
Sikeston
a
athletics.
fairly new, or
Yeah.
not fairly. It was a brand new position that was offered up this year, and Mr. Henson took it and has done a terrific job with it.
And with the help of his kids have done tremendous with their yeah, almost
You
we're
almost
under
went
20
the whole
seconds, yeah, but has some athletes in his class that love doing
with the
some
art.
artwork,
I've seen that. Yeah, that's really good.
Have done a good job, but Mr. Henson's such a good teacher in the graphic arts program, and it's just credit to the school district and the high school with the stuff he's doing. But
Right.
Lady Bulldogs fall to the Lady Indians 50-29, like you said. They kind of got that big lead and just kind of stayed
there. They never got us into the what we call the turbo clock. Never got it over 30, and it was in the 18 to the 20-ish range here. So Bulldogs, after that first quarter, after they got a little bit timid and sort of a start that Jackson overwhelmed them.
Yeah.
Did a good job fighting back and playing hard the rest of the game.
Scrappy, played hard.
Right.
Just ran out of steam. And,
they did.
And credit Jackson. I mean, very good team.
Great team.
So we glad we were able to get this game in for the girls and for Coach Shepard and love to see what he's doing with the program and congratulations to him for
got it going
hitting those had achievable goals that were aggressive and they've achieved them and just going to keep getting better and better as they continue down the path, not just this year but then for the future.
Yeah, you've got to see where this program was when he got here, where it is right now and where it's going, and that's the you look for the trajectory of the program, and you can see it.
It's in good hands.
Yeah, pointed up. The girls are well behaved. They're disciplined. They listen. They play hard. All those things that you expect, and I expect the numbers to be better next year, even too, as far as number of players. I expect them to make even better strides. And so, hey, the season's not over.
No,
they're the 4th seed. They're right in the middle. You can make some noise, win that first game. You never know. Put yourself in a chance to play Farmington. They're the 1 seed playing the 8th seed. You assume they'll win.
Yeah.
It's nothing's given, but in those instances, I suppose there's a scenario, but you wouldn't think it very likely. So you figure if you can get by them, you're going to play Farmington. So listen, roll the ball out there and let's jump it up and let's go.
Yep. You win or learn.
That's correct.
Well,
that is
you
correct.
learn a lot in winning too.
Exactly, but you learn a lot.
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. I mean, this is while it's a loss for Sikeston, there's a lot to
take away.
Even if it's not emulating, but seeing what Jackson does well
and
why they do it well, and what
very skilled players. First off,
what frustrated you is what you need to do to frustrate others.
Correct. That's correct. That is correct.
Again, congratulations to Coach Shepard and Lady Bulldogs on a really good season this year. Get a couple more wins here for sure, and end on a positive note.
Right.
This is our last home broadcast of the year for basketball of any kind. So. Not sure what playoffs hold. We're not anticipating anything, but we'll see what happens. And certainly let you know via media, social media, and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Again, through Sikeston Athletics, Mr. Henson, and that thing. So don't want to get out of here without did it last night. But, again, thanking Mr. Beidler and his family and Coach Klein and his bride and
thank you.
Steve's daughter Lauren and some of Steve's former students.
Yeah, thank you very much for bringing that.
Yeah, so Matt, I appreciate everything this year.
Obviously,
it's been
we've
a blast.
had a terrific time.
Yeah, and hopefully we can keep doing this, adding to the schedule, and hopefully we'll see some wins for both the boys and the girls come district time.
Correct.
So for Matt Tanner, I'm Richard McGill. One last time,
Go Dogs.